Yo, play me, bro.
If I'm the quarterback, bro, I'm the one in control of the game. I say, Savage, I'm sorry. If I see somebody open, I'm gonna just pass to that nigga.
Yeah,
I'm trying to get on the field.
I don't complain about
That's why
shit.
I told the nigga straight up.
Super wide.
I told the nigga straight up. I said, bro, if I see something, I'm sorry. He said, it's cool. Just get down the field. Y'all suck.
Hey, bro.
I do that shit all the time. That's my first time doing 2-on-2. Everyone got spanked.
Bro, listen to Luck last night, bro. I completely understand him.
Oh, did you feel bad for him?
Yeah,
I didn't feel bad for him.
He
said I'm tired of going from rehab back to off and on the season. I understand. But NBA players gotta do it for 82 games.
Yep.
What the hell's wrong with that nigga?
8 months. NBA season is 8 months, bro.
Exactly, bro. I don't want to hear that. Niggas be out for half the season, come back, get hurt again in the playoffs. It just happened to DeMarcus. It just happened to D-Roll. It happened to mad people. Bugging out, man. Bugging out. You prepare for 16 games.
Here in Houston, and a second ago, it was a Texas-sized welcome for their hometown guys.
We're not meant for that shit, then. That's all. Simple as that.
Set to match up with Matt Ryan.
I just understood where he was coming from with the rehab. He said he wasn't gonna put his body to it more.
No, he put way more. And you a quarterback, bro. At that, stop it. You get protected, bro. Niggas are not allowed to hit you a certain way.
That's a fact. They spent the last 2 years drafting O-line.
Oh,
right.
JT versus Street.
I think Clay Matthews got the most fucking flags in the world.
So here's a first and 10 at the 38.
That shit was crazy.
Yeah, he did. He was just pushing niggas. I don't know what they was after him for last season. Oh yeah, right there.
Yeah, right there.
I was gonna go over. Yeah, I know that, but I wanted to do highlights.
A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards. So now then,
I ain't gonna lie, this ain't about to be pretty for you, bro.
30 now, first and 10. The first carry down. This is Johnson. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back on.
Yo, bro, why you can't accept, bro? Yo, bro, don't do that, bro.
I play football, bro.
Bro, you clearly don't, but it's alright, bro. Chill.
I'm not Keith. Not none of them niggas, bro. I'm me, bro.
Niggas say I'm not Keith.
Like that, bro.
DeAndre Hopkins, the Pro Bowler.
Why you say I'm not Keith? Like I'm not the best one here.
So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since.
That's a touchdown, baby. That's a touchdown, baby.
Look at this.
That's a touchdown, baby.
He just did 3 plays. He got a touchdown.
DeAndre Hopkins.
Move review. Hey, review it. It's uphill.
It's uphill.
That's Hopkins, man. That making that game. But I like the reviews, though.
His badge is literally to get touchdowns in that shit. Like that's. Good luck with that one.
Extra look, but they found out it is a touchdown indeed. The official says.
Yeah, bro. Why you just raise your voice and say I'm not Keith, yo?
What
does that mean, bro? I don't understand.
You don't play football.
That'll be taken in the end zone.
I cheese. What does that mean?
Take this up past the 20 and down
I got what?
the 22-yard line.
Are you talking about real life? Because all jokes aside, I was on a team called the Bronx Colts. I don't know about you, but I used to play wide receiver. I used to do this. I don't know if you're talking about real life or watching shit. I don't know what you're saying right now. Either way, I think Brand and everyone else knows I know enough about football to talk shit to y'all and play. I'm not some nigga pressing random plays, bro, hoping for luck.
Guys, man, that's the Pro Bowler Julio Jones.
You make no sense, bro. I'm sorry.
Across the 45.
I can understand if I came over there and started using some like 99 team. I came over there with the Bears and y'all was like, what?
Oh, JJ.
Most of last season.
What? I came over there with your Bisky, bro, throwing that motherfucker like crazy. Come on, blood. Hold on, yo, Savage. I haven't been wilding with Green Bay and the Bears right now. Like, what is he saying? You're not making sense. I made quarterback first, then I'm a runner.
And they insert their dime package.
Nah, I think you're running first. I mean, you're good at quarterback, but I think you're running first. I mean, if we put it in that perspective.
Oh no, yeah. I mean, if you want to, yeah, come on, run.
You want to put it in that perspective,
yeah, come on, run. Hell yeah, but like, I'm a great fucking quarterback. Like, there's a reason you say, Keith, take that. I'll do the rest. I pass that ball. You better stop it, bro. Stop it, Red, please.
Bro, I played you in a game that shut you the fuck down. All you got was one fucking
when?
Yes, I did.
They're gonna go
I beat you team, my nigga.
When?
I beat you,
they'll try and throw forward with Ryan.
Oh, yeah, take the
pass to his running back complete, but he will not get away.
When you gonna play me, though? When you gonna play me the new game?
Go for it, but it doesn't work out. And this Texans defense stands tall. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going.
Oh, God, the one that's never online.
That resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say.
You know the time that me and you played, it wasn't even one-on-one. It wasn't even last year's game. It was the year before that, I believe.
They'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Last year's game, we just saw each other on the twos. Y'all got mopped. And this year, all right. So now we're talking about old-ass mechanics. We talking about old-ass mechanics right now. Our last result. Oh my goodness! Where did you learn that from? Oh Lord! Anyways, bro, you gotta play me on a new one. Last one we played was last year, and you got mobbed.
Because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Back to throw, Watson.
Oh God, where you going?
And he can't quite
where was he going?
Maybe some space to go the other direction if he had caught it. That brings up 4th down now. So on 4th down,
I'm not going for no Bears. I'm just gonna win, bro. I missed that, bro. I missed that. Yeah, I did. Oh, the win! Look at the win! No way!
7 miles to the right. Oh my goodness.
Welcome to that. I didn't even realize I had that win, bro. I just kicked it regular. Oh, yeah, he's fumbling. Oh, he's missing the oh! They better not call that no fair pass. No. The face pass. Where's the face? Where's the face? You thought face pass? The man flew back up. He flew back up, bro.
You caused the play. You did it.
Oh, man.
Everybody else is
Don't run that shit, bro. Houston don't allow it, bro. That Freeman sick on die. Let me get that. Houston don't allow it, bro. Yo, Keith, can you tell that man Houston don't allow this, bro? It's not gonna be allowed.
Another man coming up. You're gonna have to use a move, baby.
You're gonna lose Freeman for the season. We hit too hard. We hit way too hard. You better start throwing it, bro.
And avoids the turnover.
Let me get that. Oh, I'm gonna take that about him. I don't believe it.
Gain of 6 there on 1st. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. 2nd quarter now, Falcon football.
I think you need to turn your microphone up.
2nd and 4 coming up.
God damn, the Patriots already 5-0. Damn. I should have been 5-0.
On 2nd down, Ryan, and that is incomplete. He was looking for Mohamed Sanu there, and it's 3rd and 4. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off.
He's had been playing Keith.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that time.
Don't do it.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down.
I seen that. I said don't do it. You ain't hear me say that? You ain't hear me say that?
Bro, is this the guy? Yeah, bro. Is this the guy that wants to play me?
He goes right side.
You shitting me, bro?
I just said don't do it, bro. I seen Julio right there, bro.
I'm looking forward to this. I'm not. If you beat Grant, I'm gonna be hella excited. I'm not. I'm not excited.
Yeah, because it seems like I'm the only this man on the competition.
This shit makes me go on Fortnite with Brandon. This right here is not cool. I'm really concerned about the league that we're in. Niggas suck. Shut up, nigga. I'm getting disrespectful again. Fuck out of here. Just like I saw you in person. You suck. Shut up. Fuck out of here. Look at you. Get down the field.
Down here at about the 17-yard.
Matter of fact, I have to mute y'all because this nigga is tripping.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish. You're down 3 scores. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Justin Reed. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11. They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. Gave a glimpse of his quick feet, but not a whole lot of space down at the 30. Tackle made by Devondre Campbell.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you've got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or also just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Now it's Watson. He's going to sling this deep downfield. The 3rd down battle won by Atlanta's defense. Solid coverage.
They decided to take a shot and right down the middle of the field, and really, they didn't give it as much time to develop, did they? They want to take that shot somewhere around the 15-yard mark.
And the defense able to recover, bat it free. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. They're in a bit of a bind, a pretty big bind, down 20-0 as they start here on 1st and 10. The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a 1st down. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Now Ryan going to give it to Freeman. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
It's 2nd and 8 at the 42-yard line.
37 Throwing on 2nd and 8. Ryan. And he slings one that's incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. On 3rd down, Ryan. And it's complete. Hooper. And he's going to be taken down with another 1st down as the stop's made at the Texans' 44-yard line.
They really love to get him into one-on-one opportunities, and this is one way. Work him out of the slot and create a mismatch. Who's going to cover him? Corner, safety, linebacker? He's got a way to beat all of those positions.
That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Bernardrick McKinney, the linebacker, picks it. And he'll return this one just shy of midfield to the 49. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Watson. He sets to fire deep. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing again is Watson. Eluding the pressure right. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
On first down, nothing opening up really on the running play. Give him maybe a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best moment.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Tack McKinley made his way into the backfield.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things has gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. Now Watson. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
But one thing's for sure, when you get a big receiver and you trust him downfield, you can give him opportunities to go up and get that 50-50 ball.
And he is a darn good big receiver. Unfortunately, that time didn't work out. Nice job defensively. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now, seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down.
Calvin Ridley more than justified his first-round selection in 2018. 64 catches as a rookie and found the end zone 10 times. Did a nice job getting open right there and picking up a first down.
This complete to Jones. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. Now it's Ryan. And he rifles one incomplete. The intended target was Calvin Ridley. That'll bring up 2nd down. 2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. To throw again. Ryan. The left side completion to Jones. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. A first chance in the red zone for the Falcons now. They have a 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line. This is caught, and he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half. Julio Jones, the lone receiver left. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. Devontae Freeman in the final seconds of the first half as they are now on the board here in the first half. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed. A lot of football, full half to be played. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never wanted to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. So that flag will cost them 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Here's Ryan. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a 4th pick. And it's 3rd down. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Now Ryan. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll be tackled right on the 10, well short of the first down. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down. And his kick is right there. It's good. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. Well, maybe a little bit of an anxious moment there as that ball got closer and closer, but it does curl in.
Yeah, actually did a little bit of a slow dance there with the left upright, didn't it? But had just enough space, as you said, for it to curl in.
And he breaks it all the way out to the 38-yard line. Great return. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. From the 45 on 2nd down. Watson flush to his right. Deshaun Watson so multi-dimensional, able to scramble for the first.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the first down.
Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up.
A first down carry now for Miller. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Lamar Miller. And an alley to run. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Another nice gain, 16 yards there at a first down again.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2.
Bang, 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 bang.
On the ground, this is Johnson. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. Watson going to give this one to Miller. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Lamar Miller, his first touchdown on the year. And the Texans push further out in front.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. and they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Here's Watson, and he's got it. So they tried for two, successful, and that bumps their lead up even further. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll be stopped just shy of the 25 with a penalty marker down. Here's the call. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
From the gun, it's a run for Freeman. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 12.
Let's go, defense. Let's go, defense.
Again, they'll run with Freeman. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. A fake to Freeman. Now it's Ryan. Looking deep for Julio. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
And attempted a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. And I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as they'll go for it on 4th down.
39.
Here we go on 4th down with Ryan. And he comes back with one complete. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. Wow, 1st and goal, and defensively all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well.
Switch it. Come on, switch it.
They'll look to run with Freeman. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll bring up a 2nd and goal. To throw is Ryan. Rush coming, and he's taken down. To Sean Gibson. Give him the sack on the safety blitz.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. So now 4th and goal. You're trailing by a decent amount here. What are you doing, Coach Davis?
Well, I've got to think to myself, just how many more opportunities am I going to have this close and have this chance? I've got to go for it right here. The clock's dwindling up.
And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Tashawn Gibson. Through an opening, and there he goes. 20, 10, 5, and he will score. It's a touchdown. And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a 4th quarter comeback.
With emphasis, interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that'll increase their lead to 28. That'll be taken in the end zone. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And following the pick 6, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive. And he can't get rid of it, He's taken down. The Clemson product, DJ Reader, got in for the sack. The sack cost him only a yard. It's 2nd and 11. Here's Ryan. Throw right side, caught by Ridley. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And the Texans scoop it. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. Now the pass, and it's into the arms of Hopkins. Past the 20. And he takes this thing way down into Atlanta territory. The Clemson connection. Watson to Hopkins for a big one. And even 40 yards. Play action for Miller. Now Watson on the move to his left. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. And the Falcons grab it. He let one slip away last week as well. So now 2 fumbles lost in as many weeks.
Well, we were out at practice, and we watched him work. And what did his quarterback coach talk about all week?
Being a two-hand monster.
And we looked at each other. Two-hand. Oh, I get it. Two-hand monster. Both hands on the football. Taking care of it, putting it away so the ball doesn't get dropped.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. And now here is another interception. Picked off here by Aaron Colvin. And put it on the board. It's 6, a touchdown. Defensively, they've had their way in this one. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. Had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Now Ryan. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one. Off the play fake to Freeman. It's Ryan. And nearly another interception. They've been around the ball all game. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
It'll be a 3-yard gain, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. Play action. Ryan. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They're going on 4th down. It's Ryan. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. But no reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. From the red zone now, here's Ryan on 1st down. And this is caught. Well, they get one back, picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big.
Well, it's been a tough day, but they finally were able to get one into the end zone, and maybe the offense will feel a little bit better about itself going into next week.
And if you're a coach taking that into next week, I know you're upset, but it is a little bit more respectable, somewhat of a moral victory, right?
Yeah, they probably won't say a lot of that to the team, but it is true. It's something for them to build on, and then they can call their mom and tell her, hey, Mom, for your fantasy points, we got you a few down the stretch.
This will be taken short. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations...
Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Throwing back across his body. Picked up by Keanu Neal. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45. And now we'll get a stoppage here. There appears to be an injured Falcon on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break.
I'm on. Tight is Ringo. Tight is on Ringo. 21. 4 down.
After the interception, here's Ryan. Over the middle, that's caught by Ridley. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. A gain of 6 there on 1st. Throwing again on 2nd down. Ryan, and finding the tight end Hooper. That one good for a 1st down pickup of 18 yards.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense, and reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there that sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. Throw left side complete. It's Freeman. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. They go play action with Ryan. And he's got it. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game.
Ready. 280. No gain on this defense. No gain.
Ryan will throw again. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Giovanni Bernard, his first touchdown on the year. And the Falcons get a bit closer. CD, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Well, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for...
Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Ricardo Allen with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 18, and they will score a pick six for the Texans TD. Charles, we've seen him Oh, it's a fake. They'll try and throw for it. And he is not going to get in there. He stops short of the goal line, and the lead is going to stay right where it is. And a good job here by the Falcons. Their hands team able to recover it. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of an anecdotal type of a number, kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start.